The San Joaquin Valley, a place abound with food, but where a decent bite may be hard to find. My name's Ramon. My mission? To find all things hidden, delicious, and unique that the valley has to offer. Joining me will be Angie and Mark. And together, we'll find out what's good, Fresno. Revive Cafe, located in downtown Fresno, is a unique establishment in the valley. Serving up wholesome, raw vegan food, it holds a place all its own. Revive Cafe's owner, Tara, explained to us what raw cuisine is all about.
Tell us a little bit about the cafe.
Well, what would you like to know? I could talk all day about the cafe. But basic things are that we are organic farmers. And so the concept behind the cafe is to focus on the actual ingredients, not really technique. So every day we look around at what's local and what's seasonal, and we challenge ourselves to create the most interesting, diverse dishes that we can using those ingredients. And we have 2 or 3 specials that kind of highlight what's unique to our area and that would taste great. And that's what you get, organic, raw, vegan food, because we don't want to cook the life out of our food.
Now what constitutes cooked?
Cooked, well, and that's true. Some people think that they're just going to be munching on a carrot stick or celery. It's anything that's heated beyond 118 degrees. So for example, when we make our tomato sauce, we take our tomatoes, we cut them in half, and we dehydrate them at 115 degrees. So it's below that threshold, but then it's got a slow roasted flavor.
Now, for people who think raw vegan food is just, like you said, carrots on a plate, what would you say to them? You know, 'cause people think raw vegan and just expect nothing but the vegetable flavors.
Right, and I think that it's amazing how many flavors you can recreate. For example, today you're going to try our pad thai. I really think you're going to absolutely love the sauce. Being in the Central Valley is absolutely essential to being able to do this kind of thing. We moved up to the Bay Area, and I wanted to start this kind of business, but I didn't have access to the produce. So here, we're surrounded by at least 5 good organic farmers. So in case you want to know, just read our tables. They tell you where the food is sourced.
Now, when you're preparing the meals, is there a recipe or do you just kind of make it up as you go along?
Well, generally speaking, we make it up as we go along. I tried to follow recipes for raw food, and I have to say, for my palate, it tasted disgusting. So we just went with what we liked in cooked food and tried to duplicate it in the raw food format.
All right, don't I remember you mentioning that you teach classes so people can learn how to make it as well?
Yes, every Sunday we have a class here at 1 o'clock and it goes till 3, and then that show airs Wednesdays at 4 on TV on KGMC.
So what are some of your favorite dishes to make, Tara? I'd love to hear about them.
They change. In the summertime, I absolutely adore pasta, and so we were using zucchini and carrots and yellow crookneck squash to make pasta noodles and to make lasagna noodles. But now in the wintertime, I find that I'm really excited about using, and I never thought of using mustard greens and arugula. So, I mean, what changes? It's exciting. Ask me in a month when we're on to, citrus, and I'll tell you what my new favorites are. We have customers that come in here every single day for their main meal, and they look to us to be that source of homemade nourishment, and they never have to eat the same thing twice. But every single day they can come here and know that they can eat something entirely different that they've never eaten before.
We had a chance to try some items from Revive Cafe's menu. Tara began her dining experience with a set of satisfying smoothies.
This is a chocolate chunky monkey, and so raw cacao also has vitamin C, it has iron, it has antioxidants, and then we go ahead and put almond butter in there and almond milk in there, and it's just absolutely delicious. And so we don't use any peanuts in the cafe, we use almonds, but it's got that chocolate, peanut butter, banana taste.
It really does.
So this is a kiwi and strawberry smoothie. So you're getting 82% of your protein for the day, as well as 4 servings of fruit.
So what you're telling me is I didn't need to eat at all.
You didn't.
This should replace all my meals.
Luckily, I didn't really eat at all.
We followed up the smoothies with a vegan nori roll. Filled with carrots, daikon radishes, mustard greens, and other goodness, the nori roll was a colorful way to get things started.
It really is satisfying. It's nice because it has similar properties to a salad, given that it's all vegetable and raw, but the presentation is so different that it feels like more than a salad.
Yeah.
And it tastes just absolutely amazing.
Next up, the deceivingly good green tacos.
It really tastes of tomato. Maybe that's just all I got. But the tomato's really good.
No, I wasn't expecting the nut meat to be such a good substitute for actual meat, but the way that it's seasoned, you really don't miss anything.
I'm just really surprised at how like a taco it tastes.
Yeah, you got the crunchy tortilla, but that's cabbage leaf. But the meat, nut meat, maybe replacing the meat.
So far, I'm loving the green taco. that was amazing. I have to say that was the bomb.
We moved on to a pair of Asian-inspired entrees. First up, the sprouted quinoa topped with kimchi.
So we're moving on in the globe now. We're off to Korea with
Okay.
kimchi, something that I've never tried.
Kimchi, I think traditionally is red. It's like it's cabbage, fermented cabbage. Apple cabbage, yeah. It's got a little bit of spice to it.
Yeah, this is really good. It's not that neon red that you usually see with kimchi.
I've never had quinoa before, so this is the first experience I've ever had with it. Overall, it's pretty good though.
Yeah, the texture's interesting. The fact that it's not cooked.
So this isn't
Cooked. It's
No.
raw.
Alongside the kimchi and quinoa, vegan pad thai. Shredded carrots, daikon, and watermelon radishes filled in for noodles.
When you hear raw pad thai, it's easy to envision something that's going to be quite an abstract vision of what the original dish was. However, this remains consistently pad thai. It makes me laugh, the whole consistency thing. You hear so many dishes that are bastardized when they're turned into a diet or a raw form. However, when you're having this pad thai, it really does taste like pad thai. It doesn't taste like you're making a substitute out of necessity.
So far, Mark, what would you say your favorite dish was?
hands down 100% green taco. I love the green taco so much. The meat, the nut meat, it almost tasted just like regular ground beef or something like that. It tasted just seasoned the right way. The cabbage tasted just as crunchy as a taco shell. If you like the crunchy tacos. The tomatoes, super fresh, super tasty, super
And
delicious.
the creaminess that you got from the avocado.
Avocado creaminess brings it all together, melts it all together. Awesome, 100%.
Angie?
Love the pad thai. Hands down, that was my favorite. The sauce on it was just seasoned so well. I wasn't sure what to expect when I saw a whole bunch of little carrots and daikons for the pad thai, but it had just this wonderful crunch to it. And you combine that with the spiciness of the sauce, and oh my gosh, I could eat that for days. Ramon, what was your favorite?
I'm gonna toss it. Either the Chunky Monkey smoothie we got first.
Well, those are separate entirely.
In that case, I have to say it was the kimchi. This kimchi was actually really good. I didn't have to suffer through any part of it. Didn't have to stomach the fermented flavor of kimchi. This was actually really well done.
Finishing off our meal, a collection of 3 desserts. First, the surprising kiwi and persimmon parfait.
Alright, so this had kiwi and persimmon. I can see it.
I don't even know what a persimmon is.
The persimmon's a fruit, and like Ramon was saying, but a lot of the times it has kind of a puckery aftertaste, so
Yeah, well-
I can't wait to try this one. It's very sweet, but you don't have that dry mouth feeling afterwards.
Yeah.
By itself, the kiwi is really good. By itself, the persimmon, which I've never really had before, is really good.
Yeah.
By itself, the topping is really good. But when you mix them all together,
You get the whole
it's
thing
just
in there.
an amazing mashup of flavors.
Then there was a raw tiramisu, a new spin on an old classic.
I've had quite a few tiramisus being Italian, so I can tell you I'm a little picky. The creaminess is so good on this, and part of me wonders how they pulled it off, because tiramisu usually has a lot of very heavy cream in it, but this is just, it's divine. The crust is good, but I would say that the crust would be more of an interpretation. Tiramisus that I'm used to use usually like lady fingers in the crust.
Yeah.
I like it though because it really contrasts with the creaminess and softness.
How many desserts can you say are this good for you?
I don't know of any desserts that I've had recently that have been good for me. My scale concurs.
We wrapped up things with a piece of raw chocolate. Simple and delicious.
Head is down right next to it. You can taste the honey that she's used to sweeten it too. And the honey and the chocolate is a beautiful medley that you don't get very often.
And best way to begin it and end it.
We
Chocolate.
started with
It was a chocolate sandwich. Chocolate at the beginning, chocolate at the end.
This is Ramon.
Angie and Marcus.
Thank you for joining us.